Good evening, everyone. I hope you all had a great day. Welcome to the screening for digital video production. We will be showcasing every video that has been made throughout the course of the summer semester. Hope you all enjoy, and if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat. Thank you.
Here are some of the films we made showing off our neighborhoods.
Vroom vroom. Vroom vroom.
What's up, guys? So this is my neighborhood video. As you can see, it's a lot of construction going on out here. They're fixing up that house over there and a house next to us. Otherwise, there's not a lot of stuff that goes on over here during the day. This is Providence Hospital, a place for coronavirus testing and other things. Is Walter H. Diet High School, my high school for the arts. This is the main building. This is the garden and diet. I think this is owned by Washington Park, which is the area that we are in. As you can see, a lot of growth. This is the main Washington Park field with 6 or more baseball fields, and this also functions as the football field. And also a place where we participate in gym. Over there in the background is the University of Chicago Medicine School. This is the Washington Park Plaza. And my after school spot, we've got beauty supply store, food, and Walgreens. And across the street from it is a park. Jesse Ma Houston Park. This is a small little park in the area. ComEd facility for the area. It's an electrical building that controls the electricity for the area. The fire department also has access to this place. Old Friendship Church. That was everything that I consider as my neighborhood. Thank you guys for watching my videos, and I will see you in class.
This is our neighborhood.
.606. A place where you can walk, run, and be in a bike.
Yeah.
If this tree wasn't here, I could have fallen.
On our way to the park. Our adventure awaits.
South Park.
And this is our neighborhood park.
Sophi did. You can go down this swing. I mean, this slide. Oh my God, where is this guy gonna take me?
This is our neighborhood school. It's the closest school. There is people up there, so we have to put our masks on. And yeah. Oh my gosh, you got a box. Keep more pictures, dude. Oh, there's.
And now for a commercial break. Well, a fake one, that is.
You have to open the door, but the door's made of metal, and it stinks. Now your hands smell like metal. They smell like quarters. You might as well just be holding some quarters every day, because that's what your hands are gonna smell like after you use the doorknob. If only there was a way to open the door without touching it. There has to be a solution. Introducing the grabby door hand. With this, you can open the door without touching it with your real hand. Check that out. The grabby door hand is made of industrial grade skin, bones, and flesh, perfect for opening any door just like a real hand. Order now and you'll get a second grabby door hand half off.
Are regular chip bags not suited to your tastes? Are you often disappointed by how many chips seem to be in each bag? Does it seem like half the bag is just air? Well, worry no more with one single Dorito in a glass mason jar. We guarantee that more than half the container is air for that perfect snack time. Now, we know that packaging a single Dorito in a glass mason jar may look a bit pricey, but if you call right now, you can get 3 single Doritos in glass mason jars for just $18.99. You heard that right. 3 single Doritos in glass mason jars for just $18.99. And for those who enjoy a healthier snack, for an extra $4, we'll throw in a piece of orange in a plastic bag. For just $22.99, you can get 3 single Doritos in glass mason jars and a piece of orange in a plastic bag. Wait, you say the people wanted more chips in the bag? And less air? Oh. Oh no. Are you tired of being dumb? Are you sick of feeling like the stupidest person in the room? Do you cry yourself to sleep at night because ever since your wife left and took the kids, you can't find a reason to get up in the morning, so you spend all your days stalking her Facebook in hopes that she'll come back to you, or at least that you see little Tommy and Sally and, oh God, please come back, Michelle.
Hey, dude,
I'm fine. Have you tried everything from reading a book to a tutor?
Then I have the product for you. Introducing Big Brain, the idiocy cure. Simply spray all over yourself and watch as your intelligence skyrockets. Say goodbye to being a little dummy.
Hey, big voice in the sky.
Yes, child?
I'm starting to feel a little weird. What's this stuff made of?
Well, I'm glad you asked, imbecile. Big Brain is made of all natural ingredients, straight from the earth, and every bottle is infused with the finest silver from the north of Spain. No.
I don't feel so good. I think I'm having an allergic reaction. Are there any side effects to this?
Side effects may include, but are not limited to, nausea, diarrhea, nervous breakdowns, a fever you can't sweat out, discolored discharge, eye-opening messages from
Satan.
fatigue, general discomfort, fatal poops, and in some cases, death.
Big Brain, you're gonna love it.
That's actually the wrong form of your.
Looking for your remote? Can't find it under a bunch of blankets? There it is. Are you constantly losing your remote?
Yes.
I have just the product for you.
What is it?
All new remote leash. You'll never lose it again.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Simply take the leash, wrap it around, and tie it. And look at how cute that is. Can't find your remote again? There's that friendly little remote leash to help you find it. Wow, look at that. You can even take your remote on walks. The remote leash even comes in different lengths and colors. Wow, that's so cool. I'll never lose my remote again. All thanks to the remote leash. Buy it online today for $10.99.
Do you want trash that go away way easier? Destroy items that you don't want no more? Then buy the trash zapper. Hey you. Yes, you. Do you want an item that can get trash away in a breeze? Well then, come here. Take this. This is the trash zapper. Oh, you don't know how to use it? Well, this is how. For example, this ball. Another example of literally a trash can.
And here's some of the animation that we made in groups. This next one is films looking back on the year 2020 from the future.
All right. Welcome back, guys, to the Simple Podcast. Today's date is August 3rd, 2025. I am your host, Rashawn, and I'm with my co-host, Jessica. Jessica, say hello.
Hi.
And today's topic is 2020. Now, it's been 5 years since, the tragic year that is 2020. Let's talk about it.
I mean, okay, see, I would call it tragic, but I would also call it a very powerful movement because that was when the whole Black Lives Matter movement started and kind of like when stuff started to change. So I would say that it was a tragic year, but it was also a very powerful one.
Definitely. It was an awakening year. It was a wake-up call for everybody in the US. Everybody there was a period in time where, everybody just banded together under one banner. I mean, and it's good. It was good. But it's the coronavirus it was terrible. Like it ruined everybody's life.
Yeah.
I mean, now we're 5 years later and we're just getting back to some semblance of order.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got kids just now getting back to school. I mean, but look at the school system. You got first graders learning how to type now just because they don't want people writing on paper anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy.
15-kid classrooms. It's just crazy. I mean, at least you got people going back to work now. But,
At least like people can start making like livelihoods, start supporting their own families.
Definitely. All right. And we've got a guest from a different part of the world. I would like to welcome our guest, Shoaib from New Guinea. Welcome, Shoaib.
Hello, who is this?
We talked about this on the phone. You would be coming on my podcast today.
What podcast is this?
This is the Simple Podcast.
Oh, okay. You should have led with that. Do you not start your podcast off with that either?
We've already started the podcast, sir.
Yeah.
Just tell us your experience in 2020, how it is in New Guinea.
Well, 2020 was bad for everybody.
Okay.
But, in years to come, we decided that since we don't get much media attention, we might not even follow the rules.
Okay.
Wait, how many listeners do you have?
We're at 500,000 monthly listeners, so.
Wow.
Can we cut that? Can we cut what I just told you?
Wait, what?
Okay, and continue on, like, what's that like not following the rules in New Guinea?
Yeah.
I mean, it got boring pretty quick, because it's just like how life was before.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all just was business as usual?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, we didn't do much else. I mean, grass is looking greener, though.
No one got sick.
Yeah, like.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Did you guys like wear any like masks or like I don't know? Have
what are you, a cop?
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I mean,
you guys just have any kind of safety precautions just in case?
It's a good question, but I feel like you should ask someone else. Ask the PR department; they might have an answer.
Okay then. It was good talking to you, Shoaib.
Was it though?
We're happy to have you on the podcast. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have a good day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Jessica, let's wrap up the show.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to us today. We are the Simple Podcast, and we will be seeing you next week.
Bye.
Next up are some personal stories. You might want to grab some tissues for this one. Just kidding.
Hi, my name's Erica. I graduated my 8th grade year in June of 2020, but my graduation wasn't like the rest. I spent my last quarter of school in my own home, doing my work on a computer at my desk. I missed out on my 8th grade graduation trip to DC, attending a national competition I made it to, and going to Costa Rica. When it finally was the time to get my diploma, I had to do it in my school's parking lot. I could only bring the people that could fit in one car. I had to wear a mask for part of the time, only taking it off for my pictures. No one could sign my yearbook in person, and I couldn't sign anyone else's. But in the end, I still finished middle school, and I can't wait for the next chapter of my life, no matter how weird it is.
So this is a story of my first comic and how I became a collector and a huge nerd. Look at that photo. Why is that even a picture of me? But anyway, it starts at a mall. And I was just going there with my dad one day, and we were just browsing around the mall, looking at different stores, and we were about to leave, but then I saw a comic book store, and out of curiosity, I wanted to go inside. And inside, there were just thousands of comics just everywhere. There were like walls of comics everywhere, and I just, out of curiosity, I wanted to just buy one and see what everyone loves about comic books. Because as a kid, I never actually read one because I didn't like reading. So I looked around and looked for one I could buy, and I saw a Captain America one that looked cool based on the cover. It wasn't even issue 1, but I still bought it. And since then, I loved reading comics, and I started collecting comics. And over the years, I've collected a lot of comics. Like, in fact, I've collected about stacks of comics. Just single comics or graphic novels. And ever since then, I've had over thousands of comics over the years, and that's the story of how I became a comic book collector.
Today I'll be talking about my D&D story, particularly how I've gotten to this point. It was July 2018 and I was bored, so I got myself into a D&D group. I first played a druid half-elf named Sven, and he was fun, yeah. After that, the first thing was the dice. Then it was the character creation. At this point, I've easily made over 100 characters since I first started, no doubt. The character creation is actually the most fun part for me. I also bought a few of the books, of course. I started to DM about half a year in, and now I've DM'd plenty of games from one-shots to short modules and a few campaigns as well, around 40 to 50 players total. I don't keep track, so I don't have exact numbers. This month actually marks the 2-year anniversary of me playing D&D, and honestly, it's been one of the best decisions in my life. Now, though, I'm trying to branch out from D&D.
Once, on a field trip to a museum, I got very lost. It was one I'd never ever been to, and we were allowed to go off in small groups as long as we came back at the end. So we're exploring, having a good time, but then we realized we're not sure where we are. We don't have a map, so that's a problem. We're wandering all over, texting my friend like, where are you? Send pictures, send map, tell me what to do. And that was not helping too much. We were going up the stairs, down the stairs, through halls, down halls, everywhere we could. Everything was unfamiliar. We were not finding our way back to the entrance. We couldn't find it. We still had plenty of time before the meeting time, but if we wasted it all looking, that wasn't good. So we kept looking for our way back. We kept seeing everywhere we went these signs pointing to the exit. But I was like, because the exit's going to be a different door from how we came in, so we cannot go to the exit. That won't work. So we kept going anywhere but towards the exit, which, plot twist, was where we were supposed to go. So we were wandering everywhere but the entrance. We walked for so long that by the time it was done, our legs were quivering with fatigue from climbing endless stairs over and over, trying to find a different way out. But then at the end, we surrendered. We followed the exit signs, and where were we? Back where we were supposed to be. The end.
And last but not least, some of our biggest projects yet, our final films. Whoa. Ah. Oof. Where is everyone? Oof. Doesn't work. After hours of walking. Who are you? Tell me how I get back home.
First, you must complete 3 challenges.
No.
Foolish mortal, you have no choice in the matter.
What? Where am I?
I brought you into this realm, and I can move you where I please.
Whoa.
First, you must find my children. And also subdue them.
What? How?
Their snoots. Poke them in the nose. Last of all, you must defeat me in battle.
By booping your snoot?
No. Let's make this fair. Here. Well done.
You're alive?
Of course I am. You're free to go.
My name is Julian Garcia, and in this video I'm talking about fandom. And what is fandom? Well, fandom is basically just being a fan of something, like being a part of whatever it is you're into, usually something fiction or it could be nonfiction, but the fandom I'm talking about is nonfiction, people who are fans of different types of franchises these days, like Star Wars or anything like Marvel or DC, and I wanted to see what people love about those certain properties and how fandom is today these days. And so for this video, I found three individuals who are different types of fandoms. They like different things, and I'm going to interview those three people. and I'm gonna like ask them some questions, and I'm gonna see what they have to say about certain fandom and like what they like about their specific fandom topics. So the first interviewer I have with me, I'm in the room of Steven. So Steven, introduce yourself. Yes. My name is Steven, and obviously I love comic books. I just love any Marvel and DC. I'm not biased. Come on, hat clean, right? Anyway, so yeah, I love Marvel and DC. I even got this Avengers Endgame poster I got for being one of the first people at the theater. I pre-ordered my ticket the day the movie came out, saw it the first opening day. Best day of my life. Best day of my life. It's amazing. And so, Steven, so you're a fan of the superhero genre of fandom, right? Well, we call it the comic book genre. We don't really say superheroes, there's more than superheroes. Basically, it gives me something to talk about, makes me feel like I'm part of something, because I collect a lot of comics and I enjoy it. And then I watch the movies with my friends, and it gives me my friends who also like comics something to talk about. That's all we can talk about sometimes. Every time something new comes out, we're excited. I'm part of a fan club. I'm the founder, the president, the vice president, founding member. I even do the catering. I love doing it because I love comics. Well, Steven, what do you think about the people who dislike the comic book genre? What do you have to say about that? Well, for me, I don't really personally get why someone would dislike it, but that's just me because of my bias, because of how much I like what I like. But for people who don't like it, it's fine. I don't really mind that. Like, if they don't really like what I like specifically, like something I have a passion about, it's fine. It's not really the biggest thing about me. I have other things that I like. I can't name any, but I have some other things besides comic books that I like. Well, Steven, thank you very much for your point of view and what you had to say about your part of fandom. I appreciate it. Actually, in fact, do you want to see my collection really quick? Well, Steven, I don't think we have enough time because I only have a few minutes with you. No. It'll be really quick. Let me get my stuff. And my second guest here is Nelson. And Nelson is a big Star Wars fan. So, Nelson, tell everyone hi. Hello, my name is Nelson, and yes, I am a big Star Wars fan. I mean, look at my shirt. It's Baby Yoda from The Mandalorian. So this is my dead shot from Suicide Squad, because it's half off, why not? And then right here I have my Reverse Flash Funko Pop right here, because he's one of my favorite villains from The Flash. And I got my Captain America, comic book actor Captain America. This is how he should look in the movies, but it's fine that he doesn't. And then last I have right here this Batman one, limited edition, how he originally looked, the first appearance look. Gold and black box. It's rare and it's a super awesome collectible. That's only 4. I have 27 others I can show you. And Nelson, what is it you like about Star Wars exactly? Well, I just always loved it as a kid, and ever since I was 5 and I saw The Phantom Menace, and I thought it was good even though no one else did, but I did, and I like every single Star Wars movie, and I've ever since then explored a lot of lore, and I read a bunch of books, and I watched all the shows, and I've been to Galaxy's Edge about 30 times last year, and I'm just a really big Star Wars fan ever since for the past 12 years, and I still collect a bunch of stuff like the books and comics, and I'm excited anything that ever comes out from Star Wars. Well, what do you think about these people nowadays who either are fans of Star Wars or used to be? What do you think about how people are starting to hate Star Wars or just not like it anymore because of what Disney's doing with these new movies and such? What is your opinion about that? I think the people who don't like Star Wars just don't understand Star Wars, and I think they need to read more lore. Like, yes, the Disney movies are my least favorite of the new Star Wars movies, but there is some good in them. I disagree with some things, but for the most part, they follow a lot of what's going on in the books. And actually, I have a few books to show. This is Forever Evil, when all the villains teamed up because of the evil Justice League from Earth 3. And right here I have the Fantastic Four versus the X-Men. They were forced under a trance where they have to fight each other. And I have Wolverine versus Venom. Very awesome. If you don't like The Phantom Menace and you think there's not a lot of character development and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon don't have much of a partnership and they're very bland, well, I think you should read Master and Apprentice, which was 8 years before The Phantom Menace, and it's a very good story, and it actually helped flesh out both of those characters and the world around them. And also,
There's Lost Stars, which is after Revenge of the Sith, and a little after Return of the Jedi. It goes through a lot of years as fighter pilots from both sides of the Galactic Empire and Republic. You see both sides and what they're fighting for. 2 very good Star Wars books to help you with lore. So about the books, do you think it's necessary as a regular moviegoer, just a normal fan of Star Wars, like in the movies only? Do you think it's necessary for them to need to read the novels for extra lore or explanation? Don't you think that maybe people wouldn't want to exactly read books to learn everything? Do you think the movie should do enough of the explaining? I think if you want to learn more, I think you should read some books and brush up on some knowledge. But if you just want to watch the movies, then you can watch the movies. So do you care when people say that you're lame or just you're wrong for liking Star Wars? Does that really affect your love for Star Wars? I mean, I get made fun of sometimes for being too much of a Star Wars fan and a nerd, but I don't really see myself as a nerd, and I enjoy what I enjoy, so it doesn't matter what people really say about what I like. Some of my favorite graphic novels: Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, when he was in prison, and then someone else wore his costume. It was awesome. I have The Death of Superman, when Superman first died when he was fighting Doomsday. Awesomeness. Civil War, better than the movie. Captain America versus Iron Man, everyone against each other. Great. Batman, The Long Halloween. This is Batman done right here. Detective story, the straight up great detective work, a mystery, all the villains together. It's great. Well, thank you for interviewing me. It's nice to have someone to talk to for once. But my mom's coming home in 10 minutes, so I'm not supposed to have anyone over while she's at work. So we have to wrap it up right now. Well, thank you, Nelson. And I guess I have to go now. And then this is my Infinity Gauntlet that I got. It's awesome. I have all the power. Isn't it awesome? So cool. So worth all my money. And my last guest today is Dex. So, would you like to introduce yourself? Yeah, whatever. My name is Dex, and I'm not into anything nerd related. And Dex, why don't you like fandom activities or, quote unquote nerd stuff? Because it doesn't seem cool to me. Being into comic books and being into nerd franchises like Star Wars, it's not really what I am. What I am, I'm just a cool, suave person. I'm into going to parties and motorcycles and causing property damage. That, to me, sounds way more appealing than anything I could get from movies. Well, when's the last time you read a book? You want to know the last time I read a book? You have read a book before, right? There was no last time. I never read a book before. I read a magazine. That's not a book. Because there's no story. There's just pictures. Oh, so I can go now, right? I have some property damage to destroy later with my friends. Sure. We're done here. Oh, well then I'm out then. Remember to pay me. Okay, great. Well, that was Dex. Alright, Steven, we're done. We're done. That's it. Cuts. Alright, we're done with Steven's part. We're moving on. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I think that concludes our fandom discussion. And I think I learned a lot from those 3 people, and I hope you all did too. And we can learn about different perspectives and how we all have different things that we like, but we can all agree and disagree with each other in a friendly way. And I hope that's what you picked up from this video, and it was a fun experience, and I'll see you guys next time.
Hey, what's up? I'm bored. I want to do something. What do you want to do? Not sure. I'll think of something. Come on. So dramatic. Are you done yet? Fine. How was that? Fun, but now I'm bored again. Well, that's how it is. You're bored, so you do something, and then once you're done doing the thing, you're bored again. That's the way life is. Let's go dancing. Okay, I'll admit I had a good time with that. I'm glad. You don't need a plan to have fun. You can just have it. Yeah, I guess so.
During the summer of 2020, people's summer plans have changed, but people still found a way to have fun even with the pandemic going on, but with safety precautions. Here is what a few people had to say about how their summer went.
Hi, I'm Grace, and this summer I graduated from 8th grade, and I had a virtual graduation. So I was supposed to have a graduation, like a real one, with everyone there, but because of coronavirus, it wasn't safe. So I had a virtual graduation through Zoom with all my family there. It was legit. My mom presented me with my diploma, and yeah, it started at 2, but we had an hour of trying to get everyone on Zoom, including my grandma and my great grandpa. So I even wrote a speech for it. It was really cool. Here's a picture. I didn't get any video of the graduation because I was really nervous. But everything went well and I had fun, and I'm glad I could have a graduation that was safe.
So this summer we had, me and my family had a lot of plans. We were planning to go to Mexico and visit my grandparents. And since those plans weren't able to get done because of the coronavirus, we ended up staying home and making the best out of it. So in order to stay busy, I would give my kids activities to do. I also started planting a garden. So my husband likes hot peppers, so there's a bunch of different, like, really hot peppers in my garden, that, like ghost peppers, Carolina Reapers, all that. I also put a pool in my backyard so that my kids could swim. And we also spent a lot of our time fixing up the house, giving the kids things to do to help us fix the house, and just keeping them busy so they don't get bored. Going on walks around the neighborhood, anything pretty much to just keep them entertained. And that's how we still had fun over the summer.
Before the quarantine, we had plans of going out, exploring new places, maybe even going out of state, taking my kids out to the zoo, to museums, vacation. But unfortunately, we couldn't do that. One of the good things about it is we got to spend a lot of time together, played a lot of board games, read to one another, and just got to be together more. We got closer to each other and got on each other's nerves. But other than that, it was good.
So the coronavirus affected me because I had a lot of plans in the summer, and because of not being able to go outside, I've just mostly stayed inside. Like 90% of the time I'm inside, unless I had to like go to the store, like run errands. But for the most part, I'm just inside doing whatever. And school was obviously canceled for me, and it was my junior year, so I didn't get to take the SATs, and it's probably gonna be later in the year, or maybe even next year, like halfway through my senior year. But even though it was tough, it was also easy school-wise, online class-wise, because I think it was easier to take classes online than at school, because I just have more time to do it. But overall, yeah, right now in August, even though things seem like they're settling, not everything is safe and not like everything is coming back to normal, so I'm just doing the same thing I've been doing since March and just hoping it gets better eventually.
My life has changed a lot, and I usually deal with it by doing things that I normally wouldn't be able to do if the coronavirus hadn't happened, because I am usually busy, either doing things outside like running errands or doing schoolwork. But now that the coronavirus happened and that I'm no longer in school, I usually read or sketch. Those two things really help me pass time because I really can't go outside and do anything. But when I get bored of reading and sketching, I also clean the kitchen. I try to do that every day. That's how I usually spend most of my day. And it also makes me kind of sad because I can't go visit my mom or my grandma, and I used to visit them a lot because right now I live with my dad.
Hi, my name's Aidenelli Garcia, and how I felt during the coronavirus was very isolated since we had to stay in quarantine. My mental state was not good, but at least I'm slowly going through it, and yeah. Also, we started taking precautions, wearing our masks, wearing gloves, disposable gloves as we go outside. And during the case, me and my siblings were not allowed to go outside because of how we were afraid that the virus would be contracted to us.
Whew, that was a hard march. Whew, that was one good power nap. 3 p.m. already? I could really go for a cookie. Wait, I was actually gonna have that. Doesn't matter, I'll just get another one. That was the last one. Rick.
Wait a minute, okay? Why don't you guys just have a competition to settle who gets the last cookie?
Fine.
I'm gonna win anyway, though.
No, you're not.
Three, 2, 1, go.
Aw,
Yes, I won!
Best of 3?
Fine, I'm gonna win anyway.
No, you're not. You ready?
I'm ready.
3.
Wait. I've gotta do something real quick.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready now too.
3, 2, 1, go.
Wait, you cheated!
You have no proof.
Fine, but next round's the tiebreaker.
Wait, where'd the cookie go? Well, now that I think about it, Erica, I don't really want the cookie.
Me either.
Wait, aren't dogs not supposed to have chocolate?
Alright, so this is a story about a game we had last year. What most of the parents at our school consider our best and worst game. Me personally, I think it's our worst game that we ever played, but that's beside the point. Because personally, I played horrible the whole game. Played bad, except for one play, but we're gonna get there. So, we start the game like any other game, going into it overhyped, underestimating our opponent completely, because that's what we do every game. We come in there thinking we big dogs, and then we get serious. So they come out harder than we expected. They were giving us some definite trouble on offense. We could not score at all. We didn't score at all the first half, like at all. And for the first time all year, somebody scored on us twice in a half. Now, teams have scored more than once in a game, but no one has scored twice in a half on us. So, we're just going to skip the first half. The score is 13-0. We're losing. We go into the locker room. Everybody's mad. And it was a cold October day, so I had a long sleeve shirt on, but I was so frustrated I had tore it up. So I didn't have a long sleeve shirt at the second half. Then, so we go out there the second half, 13-0. We're mad. We're ready to tear somebody's head off, and we're still having the same problems. Halfway through the third quarter, I don't know what happened. The other team just kind of unraveled, and we started building back up. The third quarter ended, no one scored, but the opposite team fumbled twice, so they were unraveling. And I was like, well, this is our chance. I mean, we were still playing bad, but we were playing better. We were actually moving the ball, but we were still stalling out. So the fourth quarter comes, and we have the ball. So we start driving the ball down the field, driving. And then finally we get to the goal line. We run 2 running plays, and we score. Okay. So it's 6-13. Okay. So then we go for a 2-point conversion. We don't get the 2-point conversion. So for another, because we scored with like 6 minutes and some change left. So they get the ball. They don't do nothing with it. We get the ball. We don't do nothing with it. The time is coming down, and we're getting nervous. I mean, I'm not nervous, but I know, like, I've been in a situation before, but most of my teammates haven't. So the time is winding down, and we finally get the ball back. First 2 plays, did nothing. The ball, we went backwards. I was like, okay, this is no way to start a drive. Third play, quarterback lobs it up. Bad blocking throughout the whole play. Lobs it up. Receiver catches it. starts running, but trips and falls. It's crazy. 2 plays later, we ran a simple route, catch, simple route, catch. So now we're on like the 15-yard line. So we run another pass play. One of my teammates, Saint, number 4, he gets the ball thrown to him. Saint is on a bad leg. He pulled a muscle in the last week's game. So he's not operating at full capacity. So he catches the ball, he runs, but he's not running full speed. Somebody pulls at his uniform, he flips around, but he's still going. And he manages to get a touchdown. Now we're all hyped until we see that yellow flag. Flag on the play. They say one of our teammates blocked in the back. It said number 56 blocked in the back. Now keep in mind, no one on our team wears number 56. No one on our team has number 56. So we're just like, oh, this is some BS. So then we run a run play. We get 5 yards. Another run play. No, a pass play. But the quarterback ends up running. So then we're at the goal line. Now, it's like 30-something seconds left. Quarterback lobs it up. A prayer. Tight end snags it down. 30-something seconds left. We run the 2-point conversion. Boom. Score. So they get the ball back. Now, keep in mind we were going for an onside kick, which is a kick where you try to get the ball back. And we thought we had possession of the ball. We thought the ball went 10 yards, and then we caught it. Well, that didn't happen, apparently. So they got possession of the ball. And they were driving on us. I'm not going to lie. And I was playing bad. I didn't make any tackles at all. But it came to the time to where they couldn't run any more plays and have any hope of winning. The score was 14-13. It came down to 1 play. So they line up for a kick. Now, no team has ever kicked on us the entire year. But our coach said, if the holder stays on his knees, they're kicking the ball. If he gets up, they're faking it. Apparently I was the only person that heard it. So I go in there knowing that I'm about to get blocked by 2 people. And I'm probably not going to make the play since I haven't had the best game whatsoever. So we get set and they hike the ball. I got 2 people blocking me. But I see the kicker and the holder. The holder didn't get up. So I know there's a possibility that I can block this kick. So I managed to get one of my hands free. I stick it up while getting blocked by 2 people. And I tip the ball. I tip the ball and it goes backwards. So then the ball comes back into the kicker's hands. And then I also tackle the kicker. I made the last play and possibly the best play of the game, but probably played the worst overall game. It's funny how those things work. Thank you for listening.
The famed banana. Everyone had heard of it. At first, it was only the monkeys who wanted it. But then everyone heard of the legends, and they all wanted a piece. But it had to be mine. No!
You want the banana? Then meet us in the place behind 123 Sesame Street.
Ah!
So I understand you want the banana?
Just give it to me already.
It's not that simple. You know your friend Teddy? Well, he's been causing us some trouble, and Bossman Olaf needs you to take care of him. Capiche?
In recent years, the music industry has been greatly expanding to include many more artists and genres of music. Recently, Latin pop and reggaeton have been becoming more mainstream. Both Hispanic and Latinx artists have been getting the recognition they deserve and flourishing in our current music era. Some of these artists include Bad Bunny, Becky G, Rosalia, Ozuna, Karol G, DJ Snake, Sesh, Maluma, and Shakira. While many other Hispanic and Latinx artists, who may be different genres, have gone back to their roots and embraced their culture by starting to record more songs in Spanish, adding to the pool of Latin singers. Some of these artists include Cardi B, Selena Gomez, Jennifer Lopez, Jessie Reyez, and Kali Uchis. Some mainstream and up-and-coming artists have been advocating for their communities and changing the world while also putting out amazing music. Reggaeton in its early stages came from Panama, where people there merged reggae and dancehall music, while famous artists like Nando Boom sang over Panamanian reggae in Spanish and was then called reggae en español. And then when the music was taken to Puerto Rico, they mixed reggae with hip-hop and it was turned into the reggaeton that we know of today. When it became famous in Puerto Rico, many saw it as highly sexual, and the government made attempts to censor and take away from citizens on mixtapes and cassettes. After making its recovery and it then came to the United States, it became popular in the early 2000s with artists like Daddy Yankee, and then recently flared up again in the recent years with artists like J Balvin and Bad Bunny. Not up until recently, women have begun making their way up to the top, like Nati Natasha, Becky G, and Rosalia, who is not particularly reggaeton but takes aspects of Latin music and flamenco to create her own sound. Rosalia is a 26-year-old singer-songwriter from Barcelona, Spain. She debuted her sophomore album in 2018 and has had hits since then, such as Con Altura featuring J Balvin and Yo Por Ti, Tu Por Mi featuring Ozuna. She's been singing since she was 10 years old and has competed in a TV show for singing when she was 15 years old. Unfortunately, she got eliminated, but has stated that it was a huge motivation for her to keep going over the years. After continuing her career and working hard at the Grammys this year, she took home 3 more, making it 5 Grammys in total over the years. She also went down on stage to perform her 2 songs in Spanish, but also gave a special performance that was both flamenco, which is a traditional dancing style from Spain, but hip-hop inspired as well. Karol G is a 29-year-old artist from Medellin, Colombia. Her interest in music started from a young age because of her father, who was a working musician. She competed on the Colombian version of the X Factor when she was 15, which is where her career first started to form. She attended University of Antioquia, where she studied music and later collaborated with artists like Bad Bunny and J Balvin before releasing her first album, Unstoppable, which made it to number 2 on Billboard's Latin charts. Since then, she's released another album called Ocean and recently released a hit song called Tusa alongside with Nicki Minaj that has helped put her on the charts. Because of this and many other collaborations with other reggaeton artists and people in the music industry, she is well on her way to the top of the charts. Bad Bunny, or Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, is a 26-year-old rapper who mixes Latin trap and reggaeton together to create his own unique style. He was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and has been interested in his music since the age of 5. He went to the University of Puerto Rico and studied audiovisual communication while also working as a bagger at a local grocery store where he recorded his music at night and uploaded it online. After working with a large part of the Latin artist community and reggaeton artists in 2017 is when his career took off from collaborations with J Balvin, Cardi B, and Prince Royce. In 2018, he released his first album, which entered the top Latin albums at number 1 in early 2019. Later in 2019, he released another collaboration album with J Balvin called Oasis, which also hit the charts of Best Latin Album and took home a Grammy that year for Best Urban Album. Recently, in 2020, he released his sophomore album, Yo Hago Lo Que Me Da La Gana, with features from many big artists including Anuel AA, Daddy Yankee, and Nengo Flow. One of his music videos to his song, Yo Perreo Sola, Bad Bunny dresses in drag to stand up for both women's rights against gender norms and to make a statement on transgender and LGBTQ+ rights in Puerto Rico after the death of Alexa Luciano, a homeless transgender woman who was killed in a hate crime after using a women's restroom in Puerto Rico. With so many amazing artists in the reggaeton and Latin trap and pop scene is ever expanding and becoming well known in the United States and all across the world. As their platforms continue to grow and new artists continue to emerge and bring awareness and light to countries all across Latin America, there is no doubt we will continue to see so many more amazing collaborations from these artists and albums released from the very diverse genre that is reggaeton.
And we're live in 5, 4, 3. We're live. I don't get paid enough for this. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Channel 27 News. We're going to set you off with the weather. Jerry, on to you. Okay, so we had a high of 76 today. There's going to be some rising temperatures this week, and we're going to hit a high of 130 on Sunday. So, pack your sunscreen, folks. Well, okay then, Jerry. Got any plans for this week? I have my court date Saturday. In other news, there was a robbery on Grant Buchanan. A man broke into a house and stole 3 Okay, guys, can we get some better content? Nobody wants to hear this crap. It's the same stuff every day. Okay, so I've just gotten word from the producers that we can't, in fact, get better content because this is the news. You know what? I quit. Okay, I've just gotten word from the producers that I can't quit. I have to turn in my 2 weeks notice. So, you know what? How about we just cut to commercial? Stop. If you or a loved one has used Big Brain, you may be entitled to compensation. Big Brain includes an ingredient that has been linked to brain melting and is classified as biohazardous waste. If you use Big Brain and experience one of the following symptoms, then you may be eligible to take legal action. The symptoms include shortness of breath, hives, temporary losses of vision, fatal ear pains, really, really bad BO, or possibly death. If you or a loved one experience those symptoms, please call the number on your screen below to take action against Big Brain and receive justice. The number is 1-800-101-DON'T-CALL. Once again, it's 1-800-101-DON'T-CALL. Welcome back to Channel 27 Evening News. We're going to go to Haley, who's out in the field where nothing happens. You with us, Haley? Haley? Hi, yes, I am in the field where nothing happens. As you can see, nothing's happening. Back to you in the studio. Quite another eventful day in the field where nothing happens. Okay, got a story here about a young baby who has been inspiring other young babies through music. Here's that. Goo 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 gaga goo 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 gaga gaga goo 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 gaga gaga goo goo gaga goo gaga goo goo gaga goo goo gaga goo gaga goo goo gaga goo goo gaga goo goo. How touching is that? All right, now for sports with Peter. Ha! Yeah, so, there were definitely some sports this week. There was some basketball, maybe some baseball, golf. They were fun. Those sports were fun. Alrighty, folks, that's gonna be all for tonight. Remember, if you liked our evening news, you should tune in for the morning news because our station is losing viewers and I really need this job. Good night.
Thank you, families, for watching. That is all of our videos. We hope that you enjoy.